What's up, guys? Tom here with Xtreme Air Vents, episode 7, carbon fiber intake installation. Can't believe it's taken this long. Whew, I've been so busy shipping these things, I haven't been able to save any for my own sled. Finally, I pulled a set out and we're gonna put them in. So this is going to be the removal of the factory stick-on intake vents, replacing them with the carbon fiber Xtreme Air Vents. Set of 4 on the website, www.xtremeairvents.com. $150 for the set and ready to install. So I'm going to give you the full process, couple tips, couple tricks. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. One is leaving the hood on, doing it through the top. I'm going to do 2 of them that way. The other 2, I'm going to show you how to remove the hood, take the airbox out, and which will help it so that you don't have to vacuum out the particles of plastic that go down through when you're drilling the holes out. If you have the time, take the hood off, take the airbox out. If this is the night before a big ride and you're heading out west to go riding, do it the first way, okay? So anyways, let's get at it and hope you enjoy. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna do this installation 2 different ways. The first way is going to be with the hood on. You're heading out snowmobiling the next day. You don't have time to pull the hood off. This method, there's nothing wrong with it. The other method takes a little longer, but you don't have to vacuum out the little particles. So we'll do this way on the first one. We'll take the hood off. I'll show you how to get the airbox out. So basically, if you just wanna hurry and speed through the video to see how to put them in, this is the part you want to watch. If you want to see how to take the airbox off of this hood and get to everything out of there, the headlight and all that out, skip ahead. So I'll put those times in the video. So what we're going to do, going to have an 1/8 inch drill bit. Make sure it's sharp. Just going to line up the vent. Pretty self-explanatory. It lines up inside the lines there. You want to pick one of the ones. It doesn't matter. I like to start on the front or the back, okay? But start on one of them. Okay? You got that first hole drilled. You're not gonna be able to see it in the video, but it's right there. So we're gonna grab a rivet. Put that rivet in there. That's going to keep that held in place so you can drill the other ones. So just make sure everything's lined up where you want it. And let's do the next hole. I'll hit the 2 sides. So I got a rivet holding each end right now, okay? Throw a rivet in there. Okay, now I've got all the holes drilled. We're going to pull the rivets back out. Make sure there's no burrs. We're going to just clean up the vent. This vent's ready to install. Okay, at this point, you're going to want to get some sealant. I like to use this E6000. In the instructions, it calls for clear silicone or black silicone, either way. I like the E6000 mainly because it has a really fine tip and it's a little bit more of a adhesive. Don't worry if you can't get E6000, clear silicone is fine also. Okay, so you're gonna seal around the flange on each of the vents and then you're gonna put them down and put the rivets in. We'll show you that. Okay, so here's my E6000 around the outside edge. If you get any bad spots like that one, just clean it up with your finger. I'll do that off camera. But you just want a nice, even, and I've got a little bit of a spot right here that needs to get touched up. So I'll just kind of move this all together, then we'll put the vents on. So it doesn't take, you don't have to glob it in there. Okay? Okay, so here we go. We're gonna put the small one on first. Where did I put it? Okay, here we go. Put the small one on first. Actually looks pretty good. Okay. I find that E6000 adhesive makes a nice bond. So make sure we got all our holes lined up here. Get all my rivets placed. You can use a pneumatic riveter or a hand riveter. I'm going to hand rivet these ones. One thing that's important to remember when you're doing rivets, any size rivet, you got to make sure that this matches the size of the rivet you're using. If the hole is too big, it will actually pull the nail up through the head. And so this is what pushes that rivet head. It holds right here. It holds that rivet when the pin comes through. It won't just suck it through the head of the rivet. So make sure that your rivet gun's set up correctly. Okay, that's pretty easy. Let's get the big one on there. Okay, now we're gonna stop right there. Now let's say, for example, you have a bad rivet for some reason, or your rivet gun screws up. You pull a rivet out and it ruins the rivet. Don't panic, okay? It's okay. You're gonna jump to the next stage where if I were you, I would stop at that point right there, drill that rivet out, and then we're gonna remove the airbox. Don't panic, not a big deal. Even if you are heading out in the morning, it probably only adds 20 minutes to this process. So if you have a rivet that's messed up, whether you drilled the hole too big or whatever, you got some kind of issue, don't panic, okay? We can fix it. We'll just get it on the inside. We'll keep going though, okay? So just wanted to throw that in there. So. Okay, 2 of those are on and they look awesome, okay? So there we are. Durable, not coming off, not tearing. So much better vent for these turbos than the stick-on vents. You're not gonna worry about these ones peeling up on that deep pow day. So let's move to the next. If you're heading out in the morning, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this installation, okay? Don't feel like you have to pull the airbox. The only reason I'm pulling the airbox is to show you another way to do it, all right? This isn't a bad way. This isn't the wrong way. This is just a way. The other way is another way. So this is how the instructions say to do it. I'm just gonna show you the other way. Really, all it is opening up the airbox so you don't have to vacuum it out. You got unrestricted access to the bottom of the hood. So let's do that process and kind of show you, if you'll go back to my previous video of hood removal, I'm not gonna go over that again. Hood removal, hopefully you've watched that video already. If not, go back and watch it. Hood removal on a turbo hood. And so we'll get it to the point where the hood's upside down, all right? So let's get there. Okay guys, so here's the hood upside down, okay? This is what we're gonna be taking off all these screws. Now, I recommend having a metal tray because there are a lot of screws under here. You're gonna need an 8mm socket. Now, like in my other videos, I always end up using these wobbles. you're going to need probably a small extension. You may not need it, but nice to have if your wrench doesn't reach down in there. So basically, it's gonna be a little bit difficult once we get to the actual airbox. There's a lot of little black screws in here. They're all an 8mm though, so you don't have to worry about switching bits out. But you can see you're gonna be taking out these ones that you can see here. And then when we get to the airbox, we've got to take some of the airbox, and then there are some Torx on the outside, Torx screws that you're gonna have to remove. I'll be flipping the hood around to show you where each one of those goes and which ones you need to take out. So from here on, if you don't want to see a long video and just want to skip ahead to see what it looks like once the airbox is out, you might want to skip this section because there are a lot of screws and Torx screws and things that we need to remove to get this all out. But stick with me. So I'll probably speed up removing the screws so you're not super bored, but here we go. So there are 3 additional screws on this foam piece that there's 1 there, 2 in there that aren't as easy to see in the video, but they're coming out. Next, I'm gonna take off this heat shield. 3 screws. Okay, that comes out. Set it aside. Okay, I'm gonna try to point these all out to you. So I'm gonna zoom this in so you can see. Okay, so we're looking at this. You're gonna have these 3 right here. There's 1 here, here, and here. And then once that's out, there's gonna be 1 that comes in from the side that you can't see until this is off. Okay, looking in here, there's another 1 hidden in there. And then there's 1 back here. I think that's all of them inside here, if I remember correctly. So we'll get those pulled. And then if you're gonna look over here on the side, there's the Torx there. You can see it corresponds with a bracket on the airbox. There's 2 coming out of the hood. So you'll see those Torx on the front as we get that flipped around. Let me come to this other side. Okay, 2 more Torx. This is upside down, remember, so those Torx have got to come out. You can see those are connecting. I'll peel this back so you can see those are connecting through the airbox on the side. So I will get pulling those out. Now let me flip this over. Okay, we're back on top here. 3 more. Okay, those 3 got to come out. So, and as I recall, once this piece is out, there's 1 that comes in from the side right there. We'll find it once we get some stuff taken off. While I got it flipped this way, I'm gonna go ahead and take out all the Torx screws. Okay guys, 25 Torx, okay? So you're gonna be hitting these ones, the ones on the top, and then these 2 in the back. I showed you those from the inside, so those ones have to come out. And then I believe we'll find out once we get this piece out. Okay, we'll get those taken out now. These have a little plastic washer. Just make sure you don't lose that. Okay, the Torx are out. We're gonna flip it back over, start pulling all those little 8mm ones out. Hopefully I have this propped up so you can see it. Comes out. Okay, you can probably see here right now, this is that hidden one I was talking about. Okay, so you can't see that one until this louvered vent is out of the way. So that's the Torx. We'll pull that one out too. Okay, back at it. Okay, So we've got all the screws out, I think. Just check. Now there's a tab back here. Okay, you're gonna push that tab and release the airbox from the hood, okay? So basically what we've got to do is the headlight goes up through there. So you've got to work these sides like this. Oh, I found one more. There's another torch right there. That's why it wasn't wanting to move up for me. Okay, last one. Sorry, missed this one. There's one right here. Let's grab it. We can start lifting that out. I already have that tab released. The tab's right there. Okay. Start lifting it out of there. Okay, once it kind of just pops, there's your airbox. Headlight, everything. Now, this is the part that you would be vacuuming out from earlier. So if you do it this way, there's no vacuuming. This would just be set aside and we'll get at the hood. So this is what we have on the inside, okay? This is what's left. Clearly you can see that this is going to be a easier install if you do it this method, because when you drill through these holes, it's not going into anything, no airbox or anything. So the install is going to go the exact same, but now all we're dealing with is this hood. We can take it, do whatever we want with it. We can do the installation, no vacuuming, and then we'll go ahead and reinstall that airbox. So let's get her done. Okay, so as you can see, the drilling out procedure is exactly the same as doing it when it's on the sled, but basically the material that's drilling out is just dropping through, a lot less cleanup, no worries about stuff getting in the airbox. So this is probably the preferred method if you have time. As you can see, taking the airbox out only adds just a few minutes, so just go for it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish this installation. I'm gonna put my E6000 or silicone sealant around there. I'm gonna rivet everything down and then we'll get it put back on. Stay tuned towards the end. I'm gonna go ahead and explain a little bit of the details. If that stuff doesn't interest you, then after the installation of this part, we're done. But if you want to stick around a little bit and find out some of the history and background of why I chose carbon fiber, etc., I will give some of the details on that. So stick around, let's speed it up, get this thing installed. We're almost done. Okay guys, installation complete. Pretty sweet. Okay, I'm gonna get the airbox put back in, and let's do a little discussion here. Okay guys, we're gonna talk about the carbon fiber vents. When the 20.5s came out, that same day the turbos came out, my buddy Mike Suter from Star Valley Skidoo called me up and he said, man, we're gonna need vents for these. So that day I went up there, the sleds had just been released, and I looked at the design. Yep, we're gonna need to replace these vents with something stronger. So my first reaction was, let's go with aluminum. That's what's worked. It's been tried and true for years. It's worked awesome. So after a couple different tries on the water jet, we came up with a design, and so I tested it out. The problem I was having with the aluminum was repeatability. So even with having this lined up exactly perfect, it was really hard to get the exact hole location where I needed it every single time. So I started looking at other materials, and I wanted something that would be super durable, lightweight, that would give some flex and not bend. One of the main issues you have with these turbos is this flange area is extremely small. This is a very vulnerable area, so I wanted something that was going to be able to flex as you roll the sled over in the snow or on branches or in even crusty snow. I wanted it to be able to flex and not tear out this plastic flange area. So that's where the carbon fiber came in. I started testing the carbon fiber, right off the bat. We were 2 weeks into the sleds being released, and we had some carbon fiber vents cut, testing both the aluminum and the carbon fiber. And I just found out that the repeatability of the aluminum, I just couldn't get exactly what I wanted. I couldn't get the hole locations exactly perfect every single time. So I decided to pull the aluminum ones off the market, stick with carbon fiber. The beauty of the carbon fiber is I can get the exact same vent every single time, 100% of the time. They're being cut with a water jet, and the accuracy is amazing. So that's why carbon fiber. You've noticed they're expensive. They're more expensive than aluminum. The carbon fiber, that's just the nature of it. It sucks. But we're producing an excellent product, extremely durable, extremely lightweight, and they kind of match this new technology. These sleds, first ever factory turbo 2-stroke, lightweight hood. We're going with a lightweight design intake. It's just an awesome vent. So yeah, the price is a little higher than an aluminum vent, but I've tried to do what we could to get the cost down, to mass produce them. So that's why we're at with carbon fiber. I'm not saying the aluminum vents may not be an option in the future. It's a possibility. I've got to be able to get I keep saying repeatability, meaning the vent has to look identical to every other vent. Exactly perfect. It cannot change, because the whole location on this flange cannot change. It has to be in the exact same spot every time, and you only have that tiny flange area to deal with. So this is the best solution for now. This is what I'm gonna stick with this. And I feel like this is an extremely durable product. Carbon fiber is it's a space age technology used in fighter jets, used in all kinds of really cool stuff. So anyway, that's the carbon fiber. It may be going other places on other vents in the future, but for now, these intakes are where it's at. So thanks for your support. Thanks for the orders. Like and subscribe. Keep following along. The next video is going to be sweet. It's going to be the Hot Rod Sled Shop clutch kit. So let's part ways for now. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks a bunch. See ya.